September 15th, 1940, the sky over London is black with hundreds of German bombers. Spitfires and Hurricanes scramble desperately to defend the capital. RAF pilots are flying 3-4 combat sorties a day. Many do not return. This is the height of the Battle of Britain, and Great Britain stands on the edge of collapse. But let's change one thing. Taking off from RAF Biggin Hill is something no one can comprehend. A fifth-generation stealth fighter from 2024, the Lockheed Martin F-35. Lightning II, technology 80 years ahead of its time, dropped into one of the most desperate air battles in history. So what happens when the most advanced fighter on the planet faces Hermann Göring's Luftwaffe? Can it change the course of the war? Or is it just one aircraft against thousands? The aircraft from the future. First, let's look at exactly what we've just thrown into 1940. The F-35 Lightning II reaches Mach 1.6, around 1,200 mph, more than twice the speed of any fighter of the era. Its AN/APG-81 AESA radar can track over 100 targets simultaneously at distances exceeding 100 miles. Its stealth coating renders it effectively invisible to the primitive radars of the time, and even to the human eye under the right conditions. It carries AIM-120 AMRAAM missiles, traveling at Mach 4 and capable of destroying targets over 50 miles away, along with AIM-9X sidewinders that can lock on after launch. It is also armed with a Ju-22 25mm rotary cannon firing 3,300 rounds per minute. The pilot wears a $400,000 helmet that projects all flight and combat data directly onto the visor, allowing him to see through the aircraft. Infrared sensors detect hot engines from tens of kilometers away. Its electronic warfare systems can overwhelm or outright fry any electronic equipment from 1940 that comes near. But Göring's Luftwaffe is no joke, at least by 1940 standards. Germany has more than 2,600 aircraft dedicated to the invasion of Britain. The feared Messerschmitt Bf-109E, the fast but vulnerable Bf-110, Heinkel He-111 bombers, rugged Junkers Ju-88s, and the infamous Stuka dive bombers that terrorized Europe. These pilots are veterans of Poland, France, and Scandinavia. They are commanded by elite aces like Adolf Galland and Werner Mulders, men with dozens, sometimes hundreds, of confirmed kills. Their formations are tight, disciplined, and drilled to perfection. They believe victory is only days away. September 15th, 1940, such as 07-30. AM along Britain's southern coast, radar operators detect something alarming. Massive blips appear on their screens, huge formations crossing the English Channel, more than 200 Dornier and Heinkel bombers, escorted by 400 Messerschmitt fighters. It is the largest German operation yet. The objective, annihilate London and shatter British morale once and for all. But today, something is different. At RAF Biggin Hill, the F-35 pilot receives targeting data via data link while still on the runway. His radar has already identified all 600 German aircraft from 80 miles away. The onboard computers instantly categorize everything: bombers, high escorts, low escorts, speeds, altitudes, formations. 30 seconds after takeoff, he is airborne. 2 minutes later, he is at 40,000 feet, far above the operational ceiling of any German aircraft of the era. The invisible killer, A-15, a Major Adolf Galland, leads his swarm of Bf-109s across the channel. He cannot see the F-35. At 40,000 feet, the stealth fighter is a ghost against the blue sky, and German radar has no chance of detecting it. The first missile is fired at 0820. From the German perspective, Lieutenant Franz Stigler is adjusting his fuel mixture when the He-111 to his left explodes in a ball of fire. No tracer rounds, no attacking aircraft, just instant destruction. 3 seconds later, another bomber disintegrates. Then another. Panicked voices flood the radio. Pilots scream for the attacker's location, but there is nothing to see. Bombers begin breaking formation in terror, attempting evasive maneuvers they were never designed to perform. The F-35 has just launched 6 AMRAAMs in fire-and-forget mode. Each missile locks onto a separate target with its own active radar. In less than 40 seconds, 6 bombers are destroyed, without the pilot manually aiming a single shot. Galland realizes something is terribly wrong. He orders his fighters to climb into the clouds in search of the phantom attacker, but at 33,000 feet, Bf-109 engines begin to choke. They cannot climb any higher. The F-35 descends to 30,000 feet and continues the slaughter. 4 more missiles, 4 more bombers vanish. German escorts attempt to form a defensive screen, but their pilots are firing at shadows. Their 7.92 machine guns are effective to barely 400 meters. The F-35 is killing at 40 kilometers. Panic in the sky. It's 08:35 AM. 18 bombers are gone, and not a single RAF fighter has been sighted. Werner Mölders, one of Germany's greatest aces, attempts to reorganize the escort when his wingman disappears in a flash of fire. He shouts into the radio, but receives only static. The F-35's electronic warfare systems are jamming all German communications. By 0850, the stealth fighter exhausts its long-range missiles. 22 bombers destroyed, yet over 180 bombers are still heading toward London. It's time to get closer. Close-in carnage. The pilot pushes the stick forward and dives toward the formation at 600 mm. For the first time, German pilots actually see the aircraft hunting them, and they don't understand what they're seeing. No propeller, no engine sound, until it has already passed. Just a dark, angular shape moving faster than anything they've ever encountered. Bf-109's attempt interception, but it's like trying to catch a bullet with bare hands. The F-35 tears through the formation at nearly 700 mph. The GAU-22 roars, a 2-second burst. 110 rounds of 25 mm ammunition cuts a Heinkel in half. The fighter climbs vertically, a maneuver utterly impossible for 1940 aircraft, rolls inverted at 15,000 feet and dives again. Another burst. A Dornier loses a wing and spirals to its death. German fighters attempt pursuit, but their aircraft shake violently when pushed to those speeds. Some suffer catastrophic structural failures trying to imitate maneuvers the F-35 performs effortlessly. Galland finally manages a deflection shot as the F-35 streaks past his formation. He empties his MG-17s, 1,000 rounds ripping through the air. 5 rounds hit the F-35. They bounce harmlessly off its armor. Total collapse. 09:15 AM. After 30 minutes of continuous combat, the German formation is in ruins. 35 bombers destroyed, 12 fighters shot down attempting to defend them. Escorts are low on fuel and ammunition. The remaining bombers jettison their payloads into the Channel and flee back toward France, but the F-35 still has fuel. And it still has ammunition. It pursues the retreating bombers across the Channel, radar tracking every aircraft attempting escape. German communications partially recover, but now the radios are filled with panic. Unmöglich. What is that? My God, it's too fast. The F-35 downs 7 more bombers before its cannon runs dry. The survivors land in France with reports their commanders simply cannot believe. One aircraft, invisible to radar, faster than sound, killing from impossible distances, armored beyond penetration. Strategic shock. At 11 AM, Hermann Göring receives the reports and initially dismisses them as combat hysteria. But 42 aircraft have failed to return from what should have been a routine mission. Surviving pilots refuse to fly again without protection against the ghost. Something has fundamentally changed. That night, Adolf Hitler is informed that the Luftwaffe has suffered its worst single-day losses of the campaign. He orders a full investigation and indefinitely postpones Operation Sea Lion, the invasion of Britain, until the unknown threat is neutralized. But there is no neutralization. In the days that follow, every daylight Luftwaffe raid meets the same fate. The F-35 appears. Bombers fall. Within a week, Germany suspends all daytime. Attacks. Within 2 weeks, even night raids are drastically reduced. Luftwaffe morale collapses. Veteran pilots refuse to fly without heavy cloud cover to hide in. The Battle of Britain ends, not in months, but in weeks. The aftermath. When the smoke clears, the Luftwaffe has lost more than 400 aircraft in encounters with the Ghost. The RAF loses only 30 aircraft in conventional engagements the F-35 could not intercept. Britain remains unbroken. Operation Sea Lion is permanently cancelled. Hitler turns east toward Russia, far earlier than in the original timeline. The war may have ended years sooner, all because of a single fighter from 2024 that was never meant to be there. But what do you think would really happen? And if you're curious what would occur if an M1 Abrams tank fought at Kursk, check out the video on screen now. Thank you for following Fields of Honor. Here, the history of war is never forgotten. And if this content captivated you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and be part of this journey through the battlefields.